Okay, everybody. Critics' Choice Awards just wrapped up here a few moments ago, so we're going to go ahead and dive a little bit into the winners. What does this mean? Are any Oscar races really flipped on their heads here tonight? And to the latter question, I say there might be one or two actually that are, but we'll not overreact. Hopefully, to some of these, because some of these I think you could overreact to, but we'll see. Anywho, I guess, well, obviously the biggest winner tonight was Oppenheimer again. 8 wins, including picture, director, supporting actor, acting ensemble. Also one for cinematography, editing, visual effects, and for score. So that, I think, had the most wins tonight. Barbie actually wasn't way too far behind. It won for original screenplay. It won for costume design and production design. It won for song. One for hair and makeup, actually, so that was 5. And I don't count best comedy because again that doesn't carry over to anything. So 5 wins, not 6, by my count, anyways. And then after that, for multiple winners, I think really the only other one I think was the Holdovers, which took best actor and best supporting actress. So we had a little mystery there. Otherwise, we did see, and I don't know, I'd have to look up some of the previous ceremonies here. But 5 of the Best Picture nominees here tonight went home empty-handed. Color Purple didn't have anything. Killers of the Flower Moon didn't get anything. Maestro, surprisingly, did not get anything. Not half. 4 out of the 10, sorry. Past Lives did not get anything, and Saltburn did not get anything. So unless I'm miscounting here live, but no, it should be those. Because, yeah, Oppenheimer had their wins. Poor Things had 1 win in Best Actress. And American Fiction kind of surprised us in Adapted Screenplay. And we mentioned Barbie, their wins, Holdovers, their wins, so yeah. And I think that's everything there. So anyways, we can go category by category here, just kind of talk a little bit about the winners. So for Best Picture, Oppenheimer again, yeah, I just feel like here's the thing, we're not going to know really if Oppenheimer's on the same track as something like Boyhood or 1917, for example. Some of these Best Picture would-be winners, or even La La Land, if you want to count that one. These ones that had the steam early, kept winning, and then just fell off a cliff. We're not going to know that really until we get closer to like PGA, DGA, SAG. And at the moment, just the technical feat and the everything around it, it's going to be a little harder for me to see this one totally dropping off the way those films did. So if you're in the Oppenheimer camp, and if you're, supporting the film and everything, I think you're looking good here. For director, yep, once again, Christopher Nolan, absolutely no surprise there. Yeah, really not much else to add here. He feels like he's in that Guillermo del Toro, Alejandro Iñárritu range there for this category. Yeah, just feels like there's really not too many there that are going to stop him. Best Actor. Okay, do we have a race now? Paul Giamatti now has a Globe and a Critics' Choice win. This is interesting. Now, Holdovers does not have the SAG Ensemble nominations, so that, generally that doesn't mean there's as much support for the film. So again, when we get to SAG, let's see if Bradley Cooper can pull a win. Maybe Cillian Murphy. Jeffrey Wright, his film is up for ensemble, so I wouldn't, I don't know, just to throw that out there. Otherwise, DiCaprio was not nominated. Colman Domingo was the only nomination for his film. So I think, you could argue any one of those 4 to an extent. Jeffrey Wright maybe less so, because he hasn't gotten any wins yet. But, and actually neither has Bradley Cooper, but he's got that kind of role that sometimes we do see win here. It's a little bit of a transformational role with the makeup and everything. But it getting skunked here tonight is not a great sign. They couldn't even give the makeup category to it. They said Barbie gets it, a film that's not even up for the Oscar. Now, obviously, like we had predicted, though, in like the visual effects category, for example, that's one where they gave it to a film that's not going to be winning at the Academy Awards. And you could also argue same for original screenplay, because they gave that to Barbie, which is going to be over and adapted by the time we finally get to the Oscars. Yeah, so I don't know. With the Holdovers, I mean, Giamatti, again, for me personally, having seen every one of these films except for Rustin and American Fiction, I gotta say, Giamatti's my favorite performance out of this, so I understand why he's winning. Cooper's still really good, DiCaprio always good, and Cillian is very, very good as well. So it's kind of a, spoiler's choice. It's like, it's whatever you want to throw out there. It's like all of them are good. So if any one of them win, I'm not going to walk away completely disappointed. But yeah, that one's going to be interesting to watch going forward. For speeches tonight and stuff, again, really no bad speeches by any means. But Giamatti's was really nice. When we get to Emma Stone for Best Actress, I think she had a really good speech. Because, some would argue, if you go back to the Golden Globes night when she won there, hers was kind of more passé. It was kind of I've already, it was maybe not a devil may care speech, but it was certainly a little more laid back than, say, Lily Gladstone's speech, for example, or I don't know, maybe Christopher Nolan's, for example, because he was, mentioning, the last time he was on stage accepting an award, it was for Heath Ledger on behalf of him and stuff, So kind of, the tenor of the mood was kind of set there by that. But anyways, boy, at this moment, do we overreact to this and jump on the Paul Giamatti is going to win train? I'm not there yet. We definitely need to wait and see if Holdovers gets the picture nomination, which I think it will. I have very serious, conviction it will get nominated. I have very little doubt it will get into the Best Picture. If it can get a director nomination on top of it, I don't know if that really moves the needle for me either, because Payne, otherwise it's like, where else can it sneak in? If it gets a film editing nomination, is that a better sign that he's going to win? I don't think so, no. Because I feel like with those branches particularly, they can get a little, they can get a little artsy-fartsy sometimes. They get a little, they get a little pretentious. They like their auteurs. They like their, they like that. They don't always go with the popular films getting nominated there. So we'll see. Anyhow, but yeah. So I'm not ready to overreact and jump out and say Paul Giamatti's now unanimously the winner or whatever, but no. But his win here tonight definitely was a sign that this race is in flux. It's not Cillian Murphy's to lose. I don't think it's Bradley Cooper's to lose. It's up in the air, and we're gonna have to wait and see until SAG and see who gets nominated at BAFTA as well to kind of help us figure it out. For Best Actress, we did go with Emma Stone here for Poor Things, so I had that one correct. I think a lot of the odds were going with either Lily Gladstone. Everybody I'd heard was they were either on Lily Gladstone winning or Emma Stone. So I think it was kind of up in the air there. But Emma Stone winning here again, nice speech. Was a little bit more, down to earth, a little bit more professional, a little bit more, less laid back as it was at Golden Globes. But yeah, and I feel like if it's kind of weird because the favorite. As I remember correctly, won... Oh, shit. Now I gotta look it up here. What did it win here at Critics' Choice? I remember it lost for Best Actress, because they gave that to Glenn Close. I think it won for Comedy Film... Actually, no, Best Actor was actually a tie that year. I should probably point that out. It was a tie between Lady Gaga and Glenn Close, so I was halfway right. It did win Acting Ensemble, and then it lost... everything else, I think. Let's see here. Because, yeah, Black Panther won both the design categories, which ended up repeating at the Oscars there. But, no, it lost Best Comedy. Okay, it was only Acting Ensemble. Okay, it was Actress in a Comedy. Maybe that's... because I thought I remembered Olivia Colman on stage accepting something. But, yeah, so she won that. But, yeah, who fucking cares? Anyways, that being said... it would be interesting to see if, like, that pattern continues here, where it's like, okay, Poor Things gets its win in Best Actress, but everything else, like all the tech categories, it loses in. Screenplay, it loses in, for example. Even though a lot of us, thought maybe would be the favorite for screenplay that year. I did not. I was actually the lone guy out there saying, hey, it's First Reformed, but I got that one wrong that year. But anyhow... yeah, so I don't know. Again, I don't know if we need to jump on this immediately and say, okay, it's Emma Stone's to lose. Because I think Lily can still win at SAG. They could, either one of them could win at BAFTA. I would probably say favor Emma Stone just because of, the reception of Poor Things. I feel like it might be a little stronger over there at BAFTA than maybe over here in the U.S. to some extent. For example, I could see by that I mean Poor Things might end up getting maybe more nominations at BAFTA than it does at the Oscars. Possibly, maybe it would be plus like one nomination or something. It'd be very very small difference there. But yeah. For the moment, I have her predicted to win Best Actress, and I think I'm going to keep her. Supporting actor Robert Downey Jr. Yep, enough said. he's already got this one wrapped up. Divine Joy Randolph, also our winner in Best Supporting Actress for The Holdovers. Yep, I think she's really established herself here as the front runner. So unless we get kind of like we were seeing last year, we felt this way with a little bit with Angela Bassett, and then SAG happened, and then it started to turn a little bit, and that's when we saw oh god, I'm spacing right now. Who won last year? Jiminy Christmas, who won last year? I can't even remember. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis, of course. Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis. She won at SAG. That's when we saw that start to change. So we'll see. We'll see if history repeats itself. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to happen again, because at least with this, Black Panther did not have a Best Picture nomination at the end of the day. The Holdovers again likely will. So I think that's going to help her out, and especially if it is Danielle Brooks that could possibly upset in that category. If her film loses out on a chance to be nominated for Best Picture, if it doesn't make the list of 10, that's not a great sign. That was arguably a problem last year for Angela Bassett. So yeah, for the moment, I think you have to again go advantage her, but. Again, you'd have to look at who could upset at SAG, like who is going to be the one to jump over Divine. And for the moment, it's like, you could argue Emily Blunt, but remember she had a surprise win a few years ago for Quiet Place, so I don't necessarily think they're going to go out of their way to award her again. Danielle Brooks, her film is up for ensemble, and Divine Joy Randolph's is not, so we need to keep that in mind. Otherwise, you had Jodie Foster and you had Penelope Cruz being the other two nominated at SAG. And while Jodie Foster did get her co-star in Annette Bening, I don't know if that's enough for her to get the upset win. And I don't think Penelope Cruz is going to win either. So, yeah, so if you do pick anyone to upset, it would have to be Danielle Brooks. And at the moment, The Color Purple, again, sinking ship. It's a sinking ship right now as far as its Best Picture chances and stuff. So, and no wins here tonight for Color Purple also, again, is not a great sign. For acting ensemble, I had this one incorrect. It went to Oppenheimer. I had Barbie. But I don't know if this necessarily means Oppenheimer is going to win it all at SAG. I don't know if this category I don't think has really crossed over very much with our SAG ensemble winners, has it? Like last year it was Glass Onion, which did not cross over. The year before it was Belfast, did not. Trial of Chicago 7 did. The Irishman won here in 2019. That did not cross over. Neither did The Favorite the year before. But Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri did. Moonlight did not. Spotlight did. Birdman did. So there's a few there in the past few years. But it's not an exact measurement there. So we'll wait a little bit once we get into SAG. We'll see if there's any turn away from Oppenheimer in some of these top categories. If there is, then I really don't know who they would go with there for SAG. You got because again the other ones are American Fiction, Color Purple, Barbie, and Killers of the Flower Moon alongside Oppenheimer there. Boy, I don't know. I think if any one of them happened to be one that was like gaining momentum in Best Picture, which again my early, maybe not early, but in the last couple weeks since I've seen the movie, Poor Things kind of felt like the one I thought maybe could get the steam to beat Oppenheimer, but since that didn't even get in at SAG, that makes it really tough. Because Killers of the Flower Moon, getting skunked here tonight, not a great sign, especially when you had Lily Gladstone, that could have won Best Actress, but they went Emma Stone. There wasn't really, other than that, there wasn't really like an open category for Killers to win, was there? Like, it couldn't have upset in, say, like, hair and makeup, for example. It wasn't going to upset in score, we don't think. Wasn't going to win for one of the design categories. Probably not for editing. So that kind of felt like the one that it could get, But, I don't know. So I'd not say that one's losing steam. I think it's probably along the same track as something like The Irishman, maybe plus or minus a couple nominations, more so in the plus than the minus. In possibilities and stuff, but I don't know if it's going to go 0 for Irishman had 10. This one probably is on track to get 12 or 13. I don't think it's going to go 0 for 13. I don't see that happening at least right now, but I don't know. Let's see. To the screenplays next. We did get original screenplay correct with Barbie, so that was, the right one. And again, we'll see. I mean, since that one's not going to be in the original screenplay category at the Oscars, that's going to leave something like The Holdovers could win, possibly even Past Lives. I would say Past Lives could be that one film, it's like, if it's a movie they like enough, if like a Greta Lee can get in to, and we see maybe some support for the film in, an unexpected category. Like, for example, what if it did show up for one of those song nominations, for example, because that was shortlisted, or randomly it shows up in film editing or something, then I would say, yeah, then Past Lives definitely has a good shot at landing an upset win in original screenplay over, probably, again, The Holdovers kind of feels like the placeholder for now, but we'll see. Adapted screenplay, though, going to American Fiction, that one threw me for a loop. I did not see that one coming. Because if it wasn't going to be Poor Things, I was like, oh, it's probably Oppenheimer or something. But nope, they go American Fiction. I think it'll get nominated for sure, but aside from that, I don't know. I don't know if it can win. We'll see. Cinematography went to Oppenheimer. Not much crosstalk on that one. Yep, it just won, and it's probably going to repeat. Editing, also Oppenheimer. Again, I don't see that one losing anytime soon. Costume design going to Barbie. It'll be in a fight between that and Poor Things at the Oscars, and we'll see which way the wind blows when we get closer to it, but I don't know. If it's like 2018, if it's like The Favorite, then we would see Barbie win, so could happen. Production design, Barbie, same deal. Probably, yeah, again, the exact same as costume design there. Score, Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer, probably a done deal. Best song, it did go to I'm Just Ken, so I had that one incorrect. I had the other one, What Was I Made For? One of the other ones, I should say, because Dance of the Night was also nominated. But no, I think with this one, it's interesting to see I'm Just Ken win, but I think there's a small shot. What if Barbie, at the end of the day, at the Oscars, only gets one of them in? What if it's only the Billie Eilish one, What Was I Made For? Then, okay, we'll see. But I'm Just Ken winning here. Interesting pick, and personally, it's the one I would vote for. I think it's the most fun song. Lyrically, it's a little more fun than, the ballad of What Was I Made For. Even though I understand, obviously What Was I Made For, some of the parts of it, kind of being a little more meaningful at the moment when it comes into the film toward the end and everything. But also, and some people make this point every year, and it's, it's something I don't totally disagree with, but in this case, I'm really glad. These aren't just end credit songs. These aren't just songs that come up at the very end that just like, oh yeah, as the credits are rolling and everyone's walking out, that's when the song comes in. It's like, no, these are parts of the film. Barbie, in a way, does have, something of a musical quality to it, so good to see them actually recognize songs that are actually in, parts of the movie, the diegetic movie, not just the end credits or the opening credits. All right. Next up would be hair and makeup, on at least when I'm going down the list here. And that went to Barbie as well. So again, Maestro, they just really hated Maestro that much? They couldn't give it anything? That's weird. That's really weird. They really did not like Maestro. Does that mean it's going to go 0 for 7, 0 for 8, whatever it ends up at the Oscars? No, I still say, and especially since this went to a film that wasn't shortlisted, that's a great sign for Maestro. And as I recall, last year this did not go to The Whale. No, it went to Elvis. That's right. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. That's probably a good argument there. And then visual effects also will not go to a future Oscar winner. Oppenheimer won this, so no real bellwether on what's going to happen at the Oscars. As I recall, First Man also won here a few years ago for visual effects, and that did not get... Oh, no, it lost. Black Panther won, and that did not get nominated, so that's... Okay, that was a correct call there, one that also did not carry over. Let's see, what else here? War for the Planet of the Apes did not carry over. Mad Max did not carry over. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes did not carry over. Rise of the Planet of the Apes also did not carry over. So they actually don't have a great track record here in the visual effects category. They've gotten the right two right with Dune and Avatar Way of Water, but At least I think Dune won, didn't it? The fact that I'm questioning that is not great, but I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that one won for visual effects because it won a bunch of those tech categories that year. Yep, visual effects was in there. Yep, all right, good deal. Yeah. Otherwise, yep. Before the show, they'd announced animated feature with Spider-Man. I expect that one more so to carry over than Boy and the Heron, but we'll see. And then foreign language film was Anatomy of a Fall. Again, that was kind of the expected winner. So I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incorrect, I think. Yeah, 5. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, so in this case, I feel like I've ranted and raved before about the show being on the CW and how they've, shortened speeches and they really need to get their act together and just move to a different channel and stuff. And it's like, hey, if you want to keep putting on a shit show, that's fine. But for tonight, actually, I don't have as many gripes about that. They were on time. They actually had time for one more speech. They actually got, and I don't feel like that was, because whoever the host was, it was Chelsea Handler, I think. Yeah, they had to say her name a couple times for me to recognize it. But anyways, and she was the MC here last year, the host last year as well. But anyhow, she actually for comedy film, there was a little space there. They invited Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig to get up there. And I, because she says, like, I'm going off script, I'm going rogue. It's like, no, there was time left. The producers told you, get him up there. And yeah, and Barbie is, obviously, it's the biggest success story of the year, box office wise. Obviously, we're in an era now where it's like if there's, an opportunity for there to be a kind of an upset the establishment, fuck the patriarchy and stuff moment on a stage like this, they'll go for it. So, yeah. So it ultimately does make me wonder, okay, so when we do get to the Oscars finally, whatever Barbie ends up with, because I don't know if it's going to get the 16, 15, whatever nominations it ended up here in categories that do carry over. It's like, it's clearly not going to repeat that. But, for the ones it does get in, which one of those is it maybe more inclined to win just based off the popularity of the film? And I think, okay, well, you got your design categories for sure. I wouldn't go all the way for adapted screenplay, though. Because, again, you've got Poor Things, you've got Oppenheimer, at least above it. Even if, Killers of the Flower Moon, you could argue, is maybe, in fourth place in that category. Even after American Fiction winning here, we'll see. So maybe that one is above it too. So anyhow, yeah, I don't see it like winning like an editing or a cinematography. Those are going to belong to Oppenheimer. It's going to have song regardless. It's not going to upset for score. We know it's not eligible for hair and makeup. We know it's not eligible for visual effects. I don't think it's going to win sound either. Sound is going to go to Oppenheimer. So, it's going to have probably 3 wins then if it can repeat where it did tonight in the competitive categories that it's going to be eligible for again outside of screenplay. And let's see. So, I don't know. I don't see it. Again, I don't see it getting past that. Like, I don't see Ryan Gosling coming out of nowhere and winning supporting actor. I don't see Margot, if she gets in for Best Actress, I don't see her upsetting both Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone this year. I don't see it necessarily winning at SAG. It could. It's a little early. We can't totally bury it yet. But right now, I'm not in the boat of saying it's going to win at SAG. It could. It's tied for most nominations, so you got to throw it out as a possibility. Yeah. So I think there's a little bit of an argument where I can hear some people say, hey, if it's like Black Panther, if it's a category you can maybe give it an award, it could end up winning. It could get enough passion votes when we get to final voting, and it could surprise us in a couple categories. So we will see. Otherwise, what else do I have to say? The host this time, Chelsea Handler, I don't think I chuckled again very often with her stuff. I don't even remember how she did last year. Was she good last year? I don't know, but it wasn't very entertaining for me this time either. But I don't know. Otherwise, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm still really opposed to this show being on the CW the way they have it right now. It's like, why the hell can't they just do Saturday night or the week before this on Sunday night? Get all the TV categories. Do all those. Allow all the winners to go up on stage. Allow them all ample time to give a speech, and that's it. That's the TV, the Critics' Choice TV Awards, rather. Then the following week or the following day, however you want to do it, then you do the Film Awards. And then you get the chance for the writers to get up there and give a speech. You give a chance for the animation directors to go up there, or whoever wants to accept on behalf of the animation winner. They go up and give a speech. The cinematographer can give a speech. The costume designer, the score, the composer for the film. On and on down the list. You get the director of the international film. So on and so forth. You just do that. It's like it's so easy. Why don't they just do that? I don't know. It's a silly thing, and it's so many things that I would tweak and stuff. But anyhow, people get paid more than I do to run shit like that, and I guess they know better. Anyhow, so that's been my argument for years and years now for this particular award show. And again, like the Globes, no voting crossover here. None of the critics are in the Academy, as far as we know. So, that's about all I got to say about that. All right, so I guess later on this week we'll be back with some predictions for the BAFTA nominees. They come out, it's Tuesday or Wednesday, so only a couple days here. So I'll try to shoot that maybe tomorrow or something. We'll get that uploaded as soon as we can. And let's see, otherwise, Ace Eddie still has to announce their guild nominees, so we'll see what they pick for their, because they have a comedy category and a drama category for editing. Like we said, writers is going to be after the fact, so we're not even really going to discuss them very much. Cinematographers have announced. I think maybe the costume designers have not. I forget. Or were they one of the early ones? I've already forgotten. But I think one or both of the design categories have announced. The Visual Effects Society has not announced, but we do have our 10 shortlisted films. Hair and Makeup have announced their guild nominations. One of the sound branches has announced their of the guilds. They've announced theirs. So not too many guilds left, but a couple here and there. But yeah, so we're getting down into the kind of, this is the last of the heat laps, if you will, before we get into post nomination phase of the award season here. So it's a busy time. It's a fun time. We've got other stuff going on around the world, of course. We got sports stuff going on. We got presidential shit going on pretty soon here, pretty quick. Iowa caucuses, I think, are this week or something. I don't know. I kind of keep a blind eye to that stuff. I kind of like watching the actual night of the election and stuff, just to see, did this state flip? Did that state flip? Stuff like that's kind of fun to watch. But yeah. But otherwise, yeah, it's a busy time. So we'll keep it rolling, and we will catch you later on this week. We'll do BAFTA predictions for nominations next, if this recording will stop.